What if you could be killed, and no one would ever know how? No bullet, no blood, just a sudden collapse, caused by sound. Welcome to the chilling world of sound guns, weapons that don't just break the rules of combat, they erase them. Welcome to Tech Science Insights. Here, we uncover the future and the dangerous truths it holds. If you're passionate about knowing what lies ahead, hit that subscribe button. We promise, no spam, just mind-blowing science and tech. What are sound guns? Sound guns, also called acoustic weapons or sonic weapons, use focused sound waves, either extremely low or high in frequency, to affect the human body. Unlike conventional weapons, they don't rely on bullets or explosions. Instead, they manipulate pressure waves to target your hearing, balance, or even internal organs. Some operate in the infrasound range, frequencies so low you can't hear them, but your body feels them. Others use ultrasound, targeting tissues at a microscopic level. These devices can cause nausea, vertigo, hearing loss, and even internal bleeding. And worst of all, in many cases, the target has no idea where the attack is coming from. Even law enforcement agencies have begun using less lethal sonic devices like LRADs, long-range acoustic devices, to control crowds. But in the hands of militaries or rogue actors, the damage can be far more severe. In a battlefield or urban setting, you might not even know you've been hit until it's too late. And because sound dissipates quickly and leaves no entry wound, proving the attack becomes nearly impossible. This is warfare without smoke or shrapnel, only silence and suffering. Military experiments and global use. The US, China, Russia, and several European countries have been exploring sonic weaponry for decades. The US Navy tested ship-mounted acoustic cannons that could deter pirates by causing unbearable pain. The Pentagon has even looked into portable sonic blasters that can disable enemies without permanent injury, or so they claim. But some uses go far beyond defense. Reports have emerged of sound-based psychological warfare, where troops are bombarded with sound frequencies that cause anxiety, hallucinations, and insomnia. Think of it as mind warfare, delivered by invisible waves. In 2016, US diplomats in Havana, Cuba, reported dizziness, hearing loss, and memory issues after exposure to an unknown sound. Dubbed the Havana Syndrome, this incident remains officially unexplained, but many experts believe a targeted sonic weapon was used. China has developed microwave guns and low-frequency emitters that can scatter crowds, disable vehicles, or even fry internal organs. Russia has reportedly used sonic devices for interrogation and riot control. The line between military tool and torture device is blurring. As this tech spreads, so does the danger. These weapons are not loud and dramatic. They are quiet killers, and they're already here. How do they work? At their core, sound guns rely on the principle that sound is a mechanical wave. It physically moves particles in the air. By using focused beams of sound, they can direct that energy toward a specific target, like a sniper with an invisible bullet. Infrasound, usually below 20 Hz, can resonate with human organs, causing discomfort or fear. It can make you feel like you're having a panic attack, without any cause. Ultrasound above 20,000 Hz can penetrate skin and cause tissue heating or cavitation. There's also modulated sound, where a message or tone is embedded in a carrier frequency. Victims may hear voices or signals that no one else perceives. This has raised questions about whether sound weapons could be used for mind control or targeted manipulation. Some modern devices can emit directional sound beams, meaning they can target one person in a crowd, like whispering into your ear from across the room. These systems use phased arrays of speakers and can operate at surprising distances. Think of a device that makes you drop your weapon, run in fear, or collapse, all from hundreds of meters away. That's not science fiction. That's happening now. The technology is evolving faster than laws can regulate, and victims may never know what hit them. Civilian use and riot control law enforcement agencies across the globe are increasingly deploying sonic weapons for crowd control. These non-lethal systems, like LRADs, can emit painful sound bursts that force people to cover their ears and disperse, without using bullets or tear gas. While marketed as safe, these devices can cause permanent hearing loss, balance disruption, and neurological symptoms. In some cases, protesters and journalists have reported migraines and PTSD after exposure to directed sound blasts. Cities have also begun using acoustic deterrents to keep people away from certain areas, such as high-pitched tones that only young people can hear. This is especially controversial because it targets age groups and manipulates behavior subtly. The scariest part? You don't need military-grade tech. DIY versions of directional sound cannons are already being shared online. Anyone with some technical know-how can build a crude version and use it maliciously. This isn't just about war zones. It's about city streets, public spaces, and your neighborhood. The boundary between security and suppression is getting thinner. Sonic weapons are becoming the new normal in surveillance-heavy societies. And we're not ready. Ethical and legal gray zones. One of the biggest challenges of sound guns is their invisibility. Unlike firearms or explosives, these weapons don't leave obvious evidence. That makes it extremely hard to prove abuse or even track usage. International law struggles to classify sonic weapons. Are they non-lethal deterrents? Are they torture devices? Or are they simply psychological tools? The truth is, they're all of the above. Human rights organizations have raised concerns about the potential for misuse, especially against political dissidents, journalists, and marginalized communities. Sound can be used to silence, quite literally. And with private companies developing these tools, there's little oversight. Who gets to use them? Who monitors their impact? And what happens when they're turned against civilians in the name of order? There are currently no global treaties regulating sonic weapons the way chemical or biological weapons are controlled. That needs to change. Fast. Because when sound becomes a weapon, anyone with ears becomes a target. The future: sonic warfare. We're entering a future where entire wars could be fought without a single gunshot, just frequencies. Advanced sound weapons are being integrated into drones, satellites, and autonomous vehicles. Imagine a swarm of flying machines emitting targeted ultrasonic attacks. AI is also playing a role. Future systems could use facial recognition and behavioral profiling to decide who gets hit by a sound weapon, and when. This opens the door to automated oppression at the push of a button. Research into neurological entrainment, syncing brain activity with external sound pulses, could allow for even more precise manipulation of emotions and behavior. Think crowd control through invisible brainwave hacking. There's also talk of bioresonance weapons, which would use specific frequencies to target DNA or organ systems. It sounds like science fiction, but research is underway. And with governments racing to develop the next generation of invisible weapons, transparency is shrinking while power grows. The sound of the future isn't music. It's war. And it's silent. Thanks for watching Tech Science Insights. If this left you disturbed, that's because it should. The weapons of the future won't always look like weapons. They won't fire bullets. They'll fire silence. Make sure to subscribe for more deep dives into technologies reshaping and sometimes threatening our world. Until next time, stay curious and stay aware. Because sometimes the deadliest sound is the one you never hear.